Hi again, welcome to the Codependency Show. So carrying on again from the Emotional Sobriety book. So today we're going to talk about how codependency presents in many behaviours that have become socially acceptable norms that actually contribute significantly to identifying in social issues. If you don't believe me, consider this. Alcohol is society's biggest substance addiction, killing 15 Australians every day. That's 5,554 each year. It hospitalises 430 Australians every day. That's 157,000 each year. That is huge. Use of social media and related technologies is acknowledged as an addiction now. The term digital heroin has been coined to describe this addiction. Just think of how you feel when you lose your phone. We start to panic because it has so much of our information. We use them so much nowadays, and you only need to walk down the street and you see people on their phones not connecting with other people. Also, it saddens me greatly when I see little children in a buggy or a pushchair, as we call them in New Zealand, with an iPad or a phone in their hand. Now, again, we need to have a balanced approach because we're looking at technology right now, aren't we? So, again, it's about moderation, but we've become a very addictive society. We're all searching and looking for relief, looking for the next big shiny bullet. So be mindful of the social media addiction and whether the likes on Facebook give you a high and whether that's what you're looking for. So compulsive shopping affects 1 in 12 Australians and is symptomatic of low self-esteem, anxiety, depression, loneliness and anger. Just another example of people looking for ways to fill the emptiness inside of themselves. Who's done this like I've done? You've gone and bought something, you put it in your wardrobe, you never wear it, which goes into debt, which is another area of addiction, which we will cover. Spending money after we get it home. Who's ever... Oh, I remember I've done it many times, and then like about 3 weeks later you wish you could just, a bill comes in or something and you've overspent and you wish you could just take the dress, the whatever it is, back to the shop and get the money back because it gave you that initial hit. You thought you needed it. So think carefully, which as I said goes into money as well, spending money that we haven't got, so which causes anxiety. It definitely does. So, and spending money can cause a lot of disagreements in families. It can cause anxiety, panic, just that instant fix. Again, the biggest thing and the hardest thing I had to learn or am learning is slow down. I was addicted to being busy. You see how all of these sort of like blend into each other. One feeds the other. You're busy and you might be busy all day, and then you're too tired to cook a good meal of veggies and a good healthy meal, and of course you drive past McDonald's and it says, you know, a meal for $8. You've got no bandwidth left. I can understand it. I've done it. And then so you just drive in there, but how do you feel afterwards? So it's about slowing our lives down and having our lives more manageable, which I absolutely hated people just even saying that to me. I disliked it because my life was frantic all the time, and if it wasn't, I'd fill it in with stuff. Codependents typically grow up in dysfunctional families and learn unhealthy behaviours because that was what was modelled to them of ways to cope. The core symptoms of codependency are denial, control. We want to control things on the outside and hold things together because we're so out of control on the inside, and it gives us a sense of relief to be controlling. shame, where you often buried in deep shame, and that's where with coaching you can start to unpack that shame with honesty and do the appropriate work around that. And dysfunctional boundaries and communication, that we don't, a lot of us in our heightened states of codependency don't even have any boundaries. So, which individually and collectively lead to intimacy issues. Intimacy. We talk at people, the word intimacy is bandied around out there a lot. It doesn't mean sex. It means being able to be intimacy, close to someone, for people to let down the barriers, for us to let down our barriers where appropriately and allow people in. So we use all of our addictions as coping mechanisms and distractions to stop us from looking into ourselves. So I hope that helps today. Again, please reach out, get this book, this information. I am reading this book specifically because this is where the body of the work is. It's an easy book. It's not a big book. So please go on to Amazon.com or reach out to me on my website and get this book to read through and see how much you relate to yourself, and try and be as honest as you can, even if it's just to yourself. Just read the book and see if it is speaking to you. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you taking the time to watch, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week.